Do you have a coin from 1969? Well, pay attention because in this video we're going to be going over some very rare coins from 1969. So sit tight and let's hop right into this video. So up first we have a 1969 D 10-cent Roosevelt dime. Now this coin was graded by PCGS at a mint state 67 with the full bands on the back. This coin right here, guys, sold for $480, and here's why. So first of all, when you're looking at the coin, you want to look at the coloration of this specific coin. What's happening here is a process called oxidation or toning. Now this process happens depending on how the coin is stored during its lifetime. So depending on the type of sleeve and the metals in the coin and whatever is in the air can change the color of your coin. Now this is important because it can either increase or decrease the value of the coin. 99% of the time, toning like this only really matters on mint state uncirculated coins. The next thing is going to be these full bands on the back. Now this torch on the back center is the highest point on the coin where it comes to those horizontal bands, and they get worn down the quickest and they are the hardest to strike. So on a mint state coin, the full bands really do matter, so pay close attention to those. Overall, the biggest reason is going to be the grade. So this one got the 67, that is only a few points away from the perfect grade of 70, and that's why this coin sold for $480. $1,116.25 for this 1969 S 5-cent Jefferson nickel graded by PCGS at a proof 69. So very quickly, a proof coin is different than a mint state business strike coin. We're going to show you an example of the difference. To keep it very simple, the backdrop or field of the coin on a proof coin is going to look very shiny and lustrous. These proof coins are produced in a different manner. They are done one by a mint employee versus the business strikes that are done in an automatic fashion by machines. If you have a proof coin from 1969 and it looks like this, you could have a coin worth $1,116.25. This is a genuine example of a United States 50-cent piece. Now, this example right here sold for $1,500, and when you're first looking at the coin, you're going to ask yourself, what is up with all of this brown, orange, strange looking coloration going on? It almost looks like there's a bit of soda that got spilled on this coin. Well, very similar to the first coin, this coin has what's called toning or oxidation. Once again, that's either going to increase or decrease the value of the coin. Whoever was bidding against this coin really wanted it because they paid a lot of money mainly for that toning that's happening. So if you have a 1969 Kennedy half dollar like this one right here, you could have a coin with a lot of money. This one sold for $1,500. This is where it gets pretty fun. So this Washington quarter sold for $2,640, and here's why. So this is a 1969 25-cent Washington quarter graded by PCGS at a mint state 66. So this has what we call a D mint mark, standing for the Denver Mint, but it's also an RPM or repunched mint mark. Some people call this a D over D variety. So we're going to want to look very closely at that D mint mark. This is a mint mistake that happened during the minting production where the D got a double strike and caused it to have this D over D repunched mint mark. So what do you need to know? Take a look at your 1969 D Washington quarter. Look for that D over D. You might need some sort of magnification. If you don't know what sort of magnification that you need, we have a supplies list down below. You can check that out and pick up either a USB microscope or a jeweler's loupe, or if you have one laying around the house, you can do that too. And look very closely at that D mint mark and see if you have the D over D, because this example sold for $2,640. So when you're looking at one side of this coin, it looks pretty normal. This coin sold for $4,920. This is a 1969 1-cent coin. You can see the right side is a bit blown out. It looks a bit strange here. That's because this was struck on a clad dime blank, and there's some early Brockage obverse on the reverse. A bit complicated there, but once you flip it over to the other side, you can see that it looks very, very wrong here. Lincoln's facing the wrong way. Everything is a bit muddled and blurred out. Something like this is impossible to happen outside of the minting process. You could not replicate this in your basement or your garage with some high-powered tools. It's just impossible. A company like PCGS or NGC will very quickly be able to determine if a coin has a genuine error or not. This example is definitely a genuine error, and it sold for a staggering $4,920. Now, if you find a coin like this, what we recommend is picking up our completely free coin and currency ebook down below. We recently updated it, so check that out. From there, we would recommend getting the opinion of at least 3 different coin shop owners, see what they think about your coin, because the last thing that you want to happen is for you to sell it for too little amount of money, or you get scammed by a pawn shop or something like this. So So be careful out there, guys. Do your own homework and research before selling a coin like this, because this example sold for nearly $5,000. Here's the coin we've all been waiting for, $66,000 for this 1969 S 1 cent Lincoln Memorial coin, graded by PCGS at a mint state 63 red. So very quickly, we're going to show you the difference between a red, brown, and brown coin. All of these coins start off as red for the most part, and then over time with oxidation, they can turn into red, brown, and brown coins. Most of the time, red coins are going to be worth more money than red, brown, and brown coins, but that's not always the case. Next, you've got the S mint mark standing for the San Francisco Mint, where this coin was produced. San Francisco typically produces a smaller number of coins compared to Denver and Philadelphia, but that's not always the case. This example is what we call a doubled die obverse. So a very collectible coin, highly sought after in the 1969 series. As you can see at the top there, In God We Trust, Liberty at the left, and the date at the right, there's some pretty apparent doubling happening. Now you see a coin sell at this price tag, you're going to realize that there's also people out there that are going to try to counterfeit this coin. In different countries around the world, there are counterfeiters who will see the value of a coin like this and then produce the heck out of it to try to scam and rip people off. So there is a probability that if you have this coin, you have a fake coin. That's why it is important to get it evaluated by an expert before you sell it, because there are some not so good people out there that are trying to take advantage of others. You want to, like I said, be wary, listen to your gut before you go ahead and sell something like this, because this monster of a coin sold for $66,000. Now once again, it graded at a mint state 63. If it was to grade at a 64, 65, 66, I can guarantee you it would have brought a lot more money than $66,000. If you enjoyed this video, it would help us out tremendously if you hit that like button, and we will see you in the next one.